more of a secret trail. I'm not sure if this trail is even mapped or not. This is the secret trail entrance. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for watching my last video if you did. The entrance is off of Curson in Hollywood, just past Waddles Dog Park. I believe it's around 2.5 miles or so to do the full loop. All right, so we're at the entrance of Waddles Garden Park. As we come up off of Carson. So here we are in the park. Got some dogs in the background. It's a beautiful park. There is a water fountain here right before the trail. And this is the secret trail entrance. The start of this trail is pretty much straight up right away. You got some tree roots, a couple obstacles, but nothing too crazy. Do you want to watch out for rattlesnakes up here? I have encountered them before. This is one of the only shady spots in the whole trail. So, nice little tree. So if it's a warm day, it's a good place to catch some shade. Most of these trails that go through Runyon, they're pretty straightforward. You can't really get lost. Even if you take a wrong turn, you'll know pretty quick that it leads to nowhere. Or a lot of times it's just a lookout point. So you have no option other than to turn around and go back to the main trail. This trail is slightly more advanced, I'd say, than the West Trail, just because there is a lot of elevation, and also the terrain is just a little tougher. A lot more obstacles, a lot more sandy terrain, and this isn't like an official trail, so there is zero upkeep for this. So on this trail, you want to watch out for this cactus, which are not fun to pick out of your skin. I've had that happen before. So just be careful when you're walking up through this. There are prickly bushes and cactus and rattlesnakes and whatnot. So you want to always be mindful of that. So for reference, those people that you can see walking behind me there, that's the West Trail. So that's the trail we went on over here, down that way. And that's the other hard part of the West Trail. And then this is the hard part of this trail, the Wattles Trail. And they both meet up together at the top. And then it's the same. Pick any path and it'll spit you out down to Fuller or to Running Canyon Road. And this is the most aggressive part of this trail. And it's actually shorter than I thought, so it's probably not 2.7, it's probably like around 2 miles, because it is more of a steeper incline and not as gradual as the West Trail. So you're not going as far in distance, but you're going just as high, but in a shorter amount of time. So it's a little harder. So that's probably why it's not as traveled as much and not as many people go on it. Plus the cactus too, that doesn't help either. All right, that's the top. We join back up with the West Trail. That's where we came from. It's towards the ocean. And then this is linking back up to the main trail for Runyon, or the West Trail if you were going to do the loop. As I was saying before, the rest of the trail is pretty straightforward. Just gonna stay on the dirt path, follow the wooden staircase, and it'll loop you around to the back of Runyon Canyon, off of Runyon Canyon Road. And that's the paved path, and that will take you all the way down to the entrance on Fuller. And just another thing to mention about the Wattles Dog Park. So there's Wattles Dog Park and Wattles Mansion. So behind that, there is another Wattles Garden entrance, and that's the entrance that you want to take in order to do this hike. Another thing that should be noted is that it is not a full loop or a traditional loop, in the sense that you're going to end up where you started. You're going to enter at the Wattles Garden and you're going to end at Fuller. So it's kind of like a U instead of a full loop. So in case there's any confusion about that, or how do you get back to the Wattles entrance, you kind of don't, unless you go straight up until it intersects with the West Trail from Runyon Canyon. And then if you want, you can just turn back and backtrack. That's the only way you're going to end up back at the Wattles Garden entrance, to clear up any confusion with that for anyone that might be having that. So I wanted to address a couple things. First off, anybody that watched my first YouTube video, thank you. And I apologize in advance, A lot of shakiness, a lot of uncertainty of how to do all this. And these videos are gonna definitely get worse before they get better. So I hope you stay with me for the long journey. And I've also had some coworkers ask me, what is your channel about, Eric? Originally, I had started the channel as an apparel company called Adventuresome, which I've had for about 5-6 years now. I have a website on Shopify where you can buy shirts, hats, coffee mugs, bean bags, like all sorts of stuff. So some of the things I want to cover in this channel are going to be your mental health, your physical health, camping, product reviews. I'd like to show some recipes that I've learned from other YouTube channels that have really helped me out. Some trails that I've done in the past. Hopefully I'll be taking you on those adventures with me when I do them again. I'd like to have it be a pretty well-rounded channel for everyone, because there's so many things that go into backpacking, hiking, camping. It's not just one thing, you know.
Thanks for stopping by. Please check out my website to help support the channel, and we'll see you at the next one.
Adventure song. Like and subscribe.